Hello, PRISM teachers. So I'm back. So what we're going to do is what I'd like you to do for your flip activity before we come together on Thursday, May the 19th, is really just check in with you a little bit about what was something that you kind of tried, right? So I want to just remind you that the last thing that we did before I left you is you sent an email to yourself, right? And one of the things that I asked you was the eye of the pie protocol was like, what are two things you're going to implement? So what I'd like you to do is just do some reflection on what was one thing that you tried, okay? It doesn't have to, it turned out awesome, but what was one thing that you tried, right? And I want you to think on that. And then as you think about that experience of taking risk with intention, right? What image or phrase or analogy comes into mind, right? So was it a home run, right? Could it be a baseball bat striking a ball? What would be an image or an image that would represent your thinking about that experience, right? So what I'm going to ask you to do is the first part of this is you're going to do your time thinking about that. And then I'm going to ask you to think and do, and I'm going to ask you to do a visual analogy. I'm actually making this video right now. But I just want to walk you through how you would do that. So first of all, after you kind of come up with your analogy, I'm going to invite you to go right here to Photos for Class. And what you're going to do is that's going to open up, hopefully, if the internets are working for me. All right. And so let's say, you were doing that, that bat and ball analogy or hitting a home run, right? So I might type in baseball. Let's just do baseball. And I'm going to say find photos. I like Photos for Class because all of these photos are Creative Commons licensed, and they actually come down with the citation on the actual image. So once I find an image that I like, you can click on the image or you can click download, but you need to know where files go on your computer. So I'm going to click download, and there it comes. Here comes that file. And then what I'm going to ask you to do is once you have your picture downloaded to wherever that goes, you're going to come back over to the TAC, and then you're going to come to what I call a sticky note board, right? Called Lionite. It's kind of like Padlet. It's just different. It's just a different type of board. And I just wanted to show you that there's a couple of choices. And so here's what you're going to do. You are going to come over and you're going to select this little guy right here that looks like a picture, right? You're going to click that, okay? And this is why it's important that you need to know where that file is. So I know that file went to my desktop, and I'm going to open that file, okay? You can change it from small, medium, or whatever. I do want you to select frame. The reason why is because here's where you could explain your analogy. So my lesson using clickers was a home run because, and you could go on and on and on, right? I can't even spell the word because, right? Okay, so you get the point here. All right, and then of course you could always just leave your name in it, right? Okay. Or what I would prefer you did actually is take advantage of the tagging system. So what I would do is put my name in here, put all together as one word, and it'll actually tag this sticky note. So one of the things, and then you're going to way down here, this little tiny post. So you're going to post, and then you can move this around anywhere. You can move the board around here. So you want to find an empty space. Don't put your sticker on somebody else's, right? And then what would be really fun is then it would be nice if as this board begins to fill up, that you come back to this board maybe in a day or so, or the day before we're going to come together on the 19th. Why don't you leave a comment for some of the other folks in the PRISM cohort? Like, what did you like? Like, wow, I didn't know that, or whatever it is. So leave a comment for your peers. Now my hashtag is there, so I can leave that and I can say post, and I can just put it right there, and you can do all sorts of things with it. You can rotate it a little, and then so basically everyone will post their original thing, and then it would be nice if we came in and left comments for each other. All right? So that is how you're going to do the visual analogy for step 2. And then in step 3, you're just going to use this comment stream. Just tell me what's something you're struggling with. Is there something you're struggling with, something you want to think through, something you have questions about? And that way we can specifically attack those and solve those problems of practice on May the 19th. And you just leave your comment right here. Okay? I can't wait to see you next week. Bye. Amplify.